Hello, I think I am gone live. Not sure. Checking all my mics. Kathy made me a little creamy treat so I can keep my throat cool and not have a coughing fit. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Motivate Your Monday. I hope that you're having a fantastic start to your week. I have a creamy, I think this is caramel date apple, says the peanut gallery in the living room. And Kathy made this weekend for another project that she was working on for the National Health Association. So for their virtual conference this year. So very tasty. It has some nice spices in it. It actually kind of tastes like caramel apple pie. It's good. Basically, she did this with applesauce and some spices and a little bit of non-dairy milk, and it's and dates. And it's pretty magical. Very, very tasty. Let's see if I can get through some of that. Let's see. Everybody who is here. Lisa is here. Hello, Lisa. Jennifer Hall is here. Vegana. Tanya. Charlene Cassidy says that looks so good. It is good. Let's see. Got some folks asking if Kathy is still sick. She's better. She's like 95% better. She just has this constant that. I don't know if you could hear that or not, but it's just like a lingering cough that it's like she gets like something hung in her throat and then it makes her cough. And then she has a cough once she starts coughing, and then it creates like almost like a spontaneous thing where it just keeps on and then she can't stop. So it's kind of a mess. And anyhow, here we are. I feel a lot better. I might have had too much tea for the first time in weeks. So I have just been like blah, 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 blah. But I am starting to wind down a little bit. Lydia is here. Tanya says, I just had a bowl of Kathy's chocolate ice cream with mini chocolate chips. That sounds lovely. Absolutely lovely. Kelly Young is here. Jules is here. Hello, Jules. Elizabeth is here. Hello, Elizabeth. Elizabeth is our friend that we travel with sometimes, and we are cooking up something for New Year's. So hopefully that's going to go through tonight. And let's see. Daria is here. And Daria says, you can't eat in front of us unless you have enough to share. That's true. I don't like to eat in front of people anyhow, so this is probably going to sit here and melt mostly anyway. But Jill's here. Let's see. Yeah, I hope she gets better soon too, because these coughing fits she's having, it makes me feel so bad for her, because I know her chest and stuff has got to hurt, and her muscle structure from all the coughing that she's been doing. And she does really good, and but she'll wake up in the middle of the night and just she'll have just like a little tickle, and then it'll just turn into a full-blown coughing fit. But she's been tested for everything. She is negative for everything. Doctor gave her some pills for the cough, and she's been taking those, and they do good for the most part. So I think everybody, you've heard this cough. If you've been out of your house, you've heard this cough. Everybody has this cough out in the world, and it's just this dry kind of cough that, everybody's just kind of like, if you're in a store, you're in a line, you hear somebody go, it's that same thing. And she just doesn't do good with those kinds of things when they happen to her. They kind of trigger more to happen. And Vegana says, yep, got a lot of cough in the house. Jules says, I drink throat coat tea for that. Oh, throat coat tea sounds lovely. I wonder if we have some of that. Do we have some of that? No, we don't have any of that, but sounds like we should get some. Let's see. And Elizabeth says, I just booked it. Awesome. Awesome. Does that mean that I need to get Kathy online with Robin today? Just let me know and I'll have her take a look at that. Let's see. Jules says, back from Tahiti yesterday. I'm tired and glad to join you. Wow, what a great trip. Tahiti.
That's the Windstar,
the NHA Windstar, Kathy says. You must have been on. So how was that? Because that's something we're interested in doing at some point as well. We actually we actually did a live event yesterday, which also kind of caused her to be a little more tired today, because it was our first live event that we've done in a very long time. And we did the Veg Fest in Statesville, North Carolina, and we were pleased to see our friends, the doc and the chef, were there. They do a lot of things. They have actually something in the bundle that I'll show you a little bit later. And we got to spend a little bit of time with them, which was nice. And they also do a lot of teaching on some of the NHA cruises that go on. And Tanya says, which creamy machine did you use to make that tonight? That was the original creamy machine. The original, I think they called it the 7-in-1 or something like that.
The original, and if this recipe works in all of them.
Kathy says the recipe works in all of them. It's like I said, it's just basically applesauce, some non-dairy milk, and dates, cinnamon and allspice is what Kathy's saying, and vanilla. Oh yeah, you can't forget the vanilla, because that definitely like brings out the kind of tones that you get from a pie. Tastes like pie. All right. Lydia says, poor Kathy. Yeah, she's going on about 10 days of this cough. It's kind of annoying. Oh, she says, nope, closer to 14. But Tanya says, did they test for RSV?
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
2 types of flu, COVID.
Two types of flu, COVID and RSV, all negative. And they said this is the latest upper respiratory that is going around this winter, and it's a quick spreader, so, and it has a linger. So, and they said it could take 7 to 10 days, once, like 2 to 3 weeks total before she's completely like past the coughing part. So I got past it pretty quick. I mean, I'm still coughing every once in a while, but for me, if I keep some water on my throat or something cold like this, I don't really have the coughing fits. And also I take like Mucinex DM for nighttime, the liquid, and that knocks me out. So I don't like wake up coughing in the night and stuff like that. And it seemed, I haven't really coughed much during the day today. I do kind of get it every now and then. I'll probably have a little while I'm on here with you, but that's about the extent of mine. So, but I was sicker than her like last month, and I had to go to the urgent care, and I actually had to get put on antibiotics and stuff. So I think maybe I'm just moving through it faster because I went through that stage as well. And Jules says, what a struggle, quick healing. Yeah. I think she's doing so much better than she was. I mean, the fact that she was able to do a live event yesterday, the fact that she even looked at me on the way home and said, hey, can we stop by TJ Maxx or Ross? And I was like, yeah, sure, because usually if she doesn't want to do something like that on the way home to like stretch our legs, to me that says she's feeling really bad. But yesterday she had enough in her to make a few stops. So that made me feel good that she was feeling better. And Daria says, You can eat it to soothe your throat since it's medicinal. I'm a nurse, trust me. Okay, I must have missed what you said earlier, Daria. Let me go back and see if I can find that. Or are you making a joke about the ice cream? I think you might be making a joke about my ice cream. I'm sorry. I am a little slow at catching on to stuff, so. Yeah, I think you're talking about my ice cream. It is very medicinal to have that nice coolness on your throat. Joanne Johnson is here. Good to see you, Joanne. And Lydia says, does she have a Ventolin pump? I have no idea what that is, so I'm going to say no, that she does not. She has a, I don't know what you call it, neti pot. She has a neti pot. I know that. Let's see. And Vi says, I hope Kathy feels better very quickly. And who knows, she might do a quick cameo at some point. We'll have to see how she feels. And Lydia says, I have to take the pump when I get sick. Yeah, I'm not sure what a Ventolin pump is. So she's been able to use her CPAP, which she wasn't able to do last week. So I'm counting that as a bonus. And Vegana says, does Kathy have a submission in this year's bundle? No way she can do videos with that cough. She does have a submission in the video, in the bundle this year. I am going to kind of go through a little bit of the bundle stuff for her tonight. But yeah, it's really hard. You know, usually she does 6 to 8 videos a day interviewing people, and that's just not happening right now because of the terrible cough that she has. So we don't want to agitate it even more. She is doing a couple interviews throughout the week. She has, let's see, Jennifer Diamond is scheduled for later this week. We have Chef Yin scheduled for one night this week. Trying to think. And a couple, let's see, we got one person who's a travel person like us. And then I can't remember who the other person is, but we do have some people scheduled. Jules says yes, she was doing that cruise. She stayed 5 extra days. Do it. And yeah, Tahiti sounds like a lot of fun. So Lydia says, I like the doc and the chef. They are some very, very nice people. We had a lot of fun with them yesterday. We wish that we could have spent more time with them, but we just kind of came in, did our part, talked for a little bit with folks, and then left. We didn't want to hang around too much and get her too tired and stuff. And plus, it's about 2 hours from the house, so I didn't want to be sitting in the car all night either. At least I got to keep mine wet, too. Let's see. And Tanya says, I make that recipe a lot. It's one of my favorites. This is really good. I mean, you can't go wrong with this one. If you like apple pie, if you like caramel apple pie, if you like caramel apple cheesecake, like any of those things, this is going to satisfy you really, really big. All right. Debbie says, tell Kathy I finally brought my creamy up from the basement and hope to get it out of the box and wash the pints tomorrow in preparation of making applesauce and pineapple pints. Yay! Congratulations. Debbie, you're going to be so good at this. It's so easy. You know, like, make this one. This applesauce with the dates and the vanilla and the allspice and the cinnamon. You're going to love it. I mean, it's super simple and it's delicious. And Jules says, I need to send you some vanilla from Tahiti and some throat coat. Yeah, throat coat would be good. We would love some throat coat. And Daria was saying, yeah, she was picking about not eating in front of us. Thank you. And Doris is here. Doris Glasgow. It's good to see Doris. Hello. And let's see. Linda says, the throat coat tea is made by Traditional Medicinals brand. And Linda says she has some in the cupboard right now. Let's see. Joanne says, I believe the Ventolin pump may equate to an albuterol inhaler here for us in the U.S. Yes, we have 2 of those, one for each of us. I have one all the time because I have incredible sensitivities to some smells and things. So I can't go into a candle shop. I can't go into Bath and Body Works. Like any of those places, like, and on the cruises, you know, they always have that highway past all the little shops where all you smell is like perfumes and things like that. And man, my whole everything just goes and closes up. And it's also how I can tell if I'm starting to get actual sick or if I'm just having my regular smells. Because if I'm getting sick, I'm even more sensitive than normal. And until that sensitivity goes away, I consider myself still sick. It has subsided tremendously for me, but I do still have a problem, even when I'm not sick. And some of you may understand what I'm saying when I say this, but when people take a bath in their cologne or perfume, they can just walk past me. And if they're wearing something that strong and they get that close to me as they walk by, it causes me to have an asthmatic reaction. And that asthmatic reaction, if I don't have an inhaler with me, can turn into a really, really violent coughing fit. And it's happened to me several times, like when we've been at Disney or something, where the air is thick with humidity, and then somebody comes by me and they have really strong perfumes on. I know that it is cultural for some people to wear that amount of cologne and stuff, and I'm not saying that anyone is bad for doing it if it's culturally for them or if it's something that they like. I'm just saying that there's me and a lot of people out there who have a problem processing that stuff when they are in direct contact with it. Standing in line at a theme park behind somebody that has heavy perfumes on, and if the wind shifts and it starts coming towards me, like sometimes I have to walk away, or I might have to, like, you might see me kind of go like this for a little bit or something, just to try to filter some of that to keep me from getting to the point where I have that asthmatic type reaction. Now, if I always had a bowl of this with me, as soon as it would start to happen, I could just take a bite. Mm-hmm. Then I wouldn't have a problem. But yeah, inhalers, both of us have them. She has it for when she's sick like this. I have it all the time. It's just something that I keep in my backpack now with me all the time. When I was younger, I had to use it much more than I do now. Now it just seems to get triggered by like the heavy smells, the heavy artificial smells, I should say. And Jules says, I take it on every trip I go and share it with whoever has throat issues. It normally soothes and helps. Yeah, I think maybe before we leave on the next trip, we're going on the Holistic Holiday vegan cruise coming up this weekend. And I would really like for us to have some of that with us so that we can kind of take care of some of this extra stuff we got going on. And Vegana says, yep, the bundlers are out in full force with videos. That's what made me think of Kathy videoing with this cough. You're going to have to do the videos for her. Yeah, and if you could tell, like, my voice is not 100% either. So, you know, I'm going to keep eating some of my ice cream that she so generously made for me so that I don't lose my voice. All right. And Lydia says she's also like that too with smells. And she said that the Ventolin pump is for asthma, but here doctors prescribe them also if you have a bad cough or bronchitis. Yeah. That was one of the things when I went to the urgent care and the doctor was looking at my chart thing and the doctor was like, do you need another inhaler? And I'm like, yeah, it wouldn't hurt to have another one. You never know. And let's see. Elizabeth says, what does your hat say, Cheryl? My hat says, I don't know if you can see it, Mass Store Outfitters. So the Mass General Store is based in Asheville, North Carolina. It also has outposts in Winston-Salem, where we were this weekend, and also a couple other places around. It's kind of a local REI type store, but it's kind of local. It's locally owned, and so yeah, I wanted to support them because they do a lot to support the victims of the hurricanes. Still, a lot of damage. The roads are still bad. There were signs all over the highway while we were driving to Statesville that actually said, to take detours if you were going into Tennessee, because I-40 and I-26 are still really, really tore up. I mean, basically those roads were destroyed during Hurricane Helene, and they're still not completely fixed. So they are kind of routing people around all that still, and they were talking about delays and things and alternate routes you could take. They had, the flashy signs on the road that we saw. And Tanya says, I'm like that with Sense 2 now. That's why I'm working from home. I had major reactions in the office. That was one thing that I really liked about the office that I worked in, is we had so many people that were sensitive to different things. They actually had a policy that asked people to not wear perfumes and things to work, because we had so many people that were sensitive to smells and things like that. And Tanya says, I cough so hard when I was sick, my throat closes up and I break out in hives. Wow. That's rough, the hives, because then now you got to add the itching on top of the hive thing. And Lisa says, I'm sensitive to perfumes too, but luckily not nearly as bad as you, Cheryl. And, I really think sometimes it gets worse as you get older. Or maybe it's gotten worse because I was not exposed to it for such a long time. And Jules says, do smells from actual flowers affect you too? Yes. It depends on the flowers, but I didn't used to think they did until we stayed at the Grand Floridian at Disney. And at the Grand Floridian, the main part of the resort, where the restaurants and all that is, and the check-in disc, they always have all these beautiful flowers everywhere. It's very southern, very old Florida southern kind of thing, and they have all these tropical flowers and things around. And I walked into the lobby. I actually walked in the lobby, out the other door to go to our room, and between that small amount of time that I was in that building, everything closed up, and I just had a coughing fit all the way to our room. And I was like, oh, I can't go in the lobby anymore either, because I just can't breathe. So yeah, it's sad because there's a lot of flowers that I really like. Small little amounts of them I can handle. Like, I can smell a rose. Sorry, guys. I also think that my little scientific experiment that I've been doing this week, I think that coughing is like sneezing. If somebody around you is coughing and coughing and coughing, and then all of a sudden you'll start coughing because they're coughing. That's what it seems like at this house right now, anyhow. And Jules is saying gardenia and vanilla smells were everywhere. Yeah. I can imagine in Tahiti that there's a lot of flowers and stuff going on right now. And Lisa Rose says, what is the recipe? For the nice cream, the recipe is...
I think it's in ebook 1.
Is it in ebook 1?
I don't think it's on Healthy Slow Cooking yet.
It may not be online yet, but I will tell you what it is. It is made with a jar of applesauce, dates, about 5 medjool dates, blended with some plant milk, cinnamon, and allspice, and just kind of blended together, put in the creamy pint, frozen for 24 hours, and then spun, and you get this really beautiful caramel apple kind of ice cream. Almost reminds you of like, remember when you used to get the caramel apples on a stick at the fair and things like that? It kind of reminds you a little bit of that, but a little bit more apple forward. The dates make the caramel kind of taste, and it's really tasty. Mm-hmm. And Jules is saying, can you smell lavender or rosemary? Yeah, I don't really like individual things like that. Just a quick smell of something doesn't bother me. It's when I get like inundated with something, and it's usually more, I don't want to call them grandma smells, but that's what they remind me of, because my grandmother always wore very floral perfumes, and the very floral or the more floral they are, the more they kind of affect me, I feel like. There are some, like I used to not have a problem with men's cologne at all, but there are some men's cologne now that really bother me too. I used to firmly be in the CK family, and I wore it myself, and I never had any problems, but nowadays I have a problem with it too. And Mary Ellen is here. Hello, Mary Ellen. It's good to see you. And Vigana said, what about those wildfires in the Carolinas? I hope you're nowhere near any of that. I have not done an incredible amount of checking on that, but we did have fire warnings all weekend of the possibility of fires because of how dry and the way the wind was blowing. So the ones that I know for sure about are in South Carolina. They're kind of on the South Carolina, North Carolina line area over there, near Clemson, which is far on the other side of the state from us. If you were to go to Asheville, all the way on the other side of the state, and then drive south, you would come to Greenville, Spartanburg, and then the Clemson area and the mountains between Greenville, Spartanburg, and Georgia area over there. And there's quite a few fires burning over near the Clemson area. So fires in South Carolina, it's not a new thing, but they're not very common, but they do happen. I remember when I lived in South Carolina, there were quite a few fires, like in the Myrtle Beach area, actually, when I was down there. Let's see. Christina says, was a hospital clerk and we were not allowed to wear perfumes. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people out there that they get the same kind of thing. What happens is I get this little like, it's almost like my throat starts to swell up some, kind of like I would suspect somebody having some kind of like a reaction to like a food allergy or something would happen. Throat gets swole up. I can feel it getting tight, and I know it's going to happen, and then I try to avoid the cough because I know once I start it, I am not going to be able to control it. Even sometimes hitting the inhaler, it takes a little bit for it to actually work. So it's kind of rough. And Elizabeth says, who are the speakers that will be on the holistic cruise? Are there a lot of group meetups throughout the cruise? And what about the food? Excited to hear all the details. Well, all I can tell you is what we got on the promotional materials. I will look at, after we do some other stuff, I'll look it up and see if I can show it to you. But it's on their site, on the Holistic Holiday site. I believe let's see, Dr. Greger, Dr. Furman, Ocean Robbins, the Mastering Diabetes, Robbie and Cyrus are going to be there. It's just it's a pretty good list of doctors and things. I think Brenda Davis might be there too. I thought I saw something with her being there. I mean, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good mix of folks. and it's pretty packed, and there's going to be like, something every day on sea days. There's going to be like constant, it's like a conference at sea. And then there's also going to be like, from what I understand is like at dinner, we'll all eat together because they'll be feeding us the vegan food. We'll have, is it SOS free? I think there's the option for SOS free, but it's definitely going to be vegan. I'm sure there'll be some like Dr. Greger's type stuff where there'll be some nuts and seeds and things like that available as well. And we're very excited. We're going to try to film as much of that as we can for you for the Travel Channel so that hopefully we can bring all that to you guys and you can make a decision on whether it's something you feel like that you would like to do in the future. We've looked at it for years. And actually at the time thought that it wasn't something that we could afford at the time. And then we were at a, I can't even use my words today. We were at the Piedmont Farm annual gala, and they do a silent auction. And part of the silent auction was 2 tickets to this and a cabin on the Holistic Holiday Cruise. And so we just kind of threw out a lowball bid above what the next person had bid, and we won. Shockingly, we didn't expect to, and we did. And so it kind of started all this crazy travel business for us. And I'm kind of glad it has, because I'm really enjoying getting out there and doing things that I wasn't able to do when I was working full time as a tech support person, because I never felt like I could be away from my computer. Whenever we would travel, I would have to take 2 computers with me. It was always a pain. And beyond that, every time I went on vacation, I had to work at least 1 or 2 days of my vacation. So in 17, 18 years, I had never taken a vacation that I didn't do some work or have some emergency come up that I had to work while I was on vacation. So it's been kind of interesting, not really being tied to that company and that kind of support. Now, the support that I do when I'm on vacation is to support you guys and whatever Kathy needs support for her Kathy's Cooking Club folks and things like that. And it's a much nicer situation. I have a much better life balance, life-work balance. And honestly, it's made me a healthier and happier person. I had lunch today with friends who were actually said to me, you worked too much for them. And so you need to find your groove on your new work-life balance. And so that's kind of what I'm doing now. I did find out today, and another reason that I'm glad that we're doing all this traveling is because today I found out that one of my coworkers that was about my age passed away. I don't have any details. We found out while we were at lunch. Actually, 2 of us that were at the lunch worked with this person closely. Then we got a phone call from another ex-coworker who confirmed it. And then I started getting texts from coworkers and stuff saying, hey, did you know? Just wanted you to know. We worked very closely together for 17, 18 years. And, it just, you just never know, right? I don't know what happened. I don't know if she had some kind of illness. I don't know if she actually had an accident or something like that, but we're trying to find out what the details were of that situation. During the work from home period, she actually moved from being locally here to about 2 hours up the road to live closer to her daughter and her grandchild. So she wasn't here locally, and she had been taking some time off of work to spend with her family and stuff. So but no one really thought that she was having any kind of illness or anything. So it'll be interesting to find out exactly what happened. But it just drove home for me when I was thinking about it on the way home. If I get emotional, I'm sorry. But it just kind of drove home for me that there was actually a point in my life recently, before I was laid off, that I was like, I'm just going to work until the day I die. I'm going to be, unable to like go and do any of this traveling stuff that I want to do because I won't be able to get enough time off, or, and all this kind of stuff. And I was just kind of like, what if I don't ever get to go to those places that I would like to go to? Whatever I never get to see the things that I've always dreamed of seeing, like Stonehenge. And I was like, I know I was really upset about being laid off, but it actually turned out to be a blessing, because now I can do those things. And I'm excited to do those things, and I feel like everything happens for a reason. And the universe was telling me, with a 2x4 up the side of my head, that you need to do some things for you. You've been doing for somebody else for most of your adult life. And so now you just need to be able to do for you and your family. And so that's what we're doing. And I am just thrilled beyond everything that I actually get to go experience these places that I never even imagined that I would get to go to. Every time my parents talk about some of the cool places they've gone to, like they've gone to China, they've gone to Ireland several times, they're going to Italy this year. I mean, every time they would talk about that, I would always just be like, where did my parents go? Because my parents were always like, not interested in leaving the States, always worried about having to get back to work and stuff too. And then as soon as my dad actually finally retired for the third time, I think it finally hit him, hey, I can go do these things. And so they've been traveling a lot. And so I've been really happy hearing about the places that they've gone to. And there's a lot of places that they've gone to that I would really like to go to. So we're trying to make that work too, like the Panama Canal, Ireland. We'd like to go to Australia, New Zealand. Like, my parents have just been going all over. Every year they go somewhere and they have a big time, but can't remember where it was last year. They went to Germany and Norway. They went on one of those Viking River cruises or something like that. But yeah, it's very exciting, and it's kind of exciting to talk to them about it. Like, we haven't talked about all doing anything together yet. I mean, we all love each other, but I don't know if we want to be around each other that long. We barely can do 2 or 3 days together till my dad's like, you still here? But no, I think we eventually will be able to do something together. Like I said, this year they're doing Italy with their friends that they travel with a lot, and so I'm excited to hear about their adventures in Italy. And Tanya says, I think the scent thing is hormonal for me anyway. I was like that when I was pregnant, and I'm sure it's perimenopause hormone ups and downs. That could be too. And Lisa says, I hate going into the drugstores here because they make you walk through the perfume section as soon as you enter the stores, right? It makes me crazy. And then so like Macy's or someplace, the mall like that too. Every time you come in from the mall, like it's all like perfume counters and people going, smell this, and I don't want to smell that. Just please get it out of my face. And Bed Bath & Beyond. Oh my God, I can smell it half a mile away. They were putting one in at one of the shopping centers over here, and I think I knew before it was even being put in what it was going to be because of the smells. I'm joking, of course, but I mean, that's how bad it feels like. Let's see. And Jules says, sounds close to the Appalachian Trail where the fires are. Yeah, there's a lot going on over in that area. Jules loves Robbie and Cyrus. Yeah, they are awesome. And Elizabeth says Kathy can do a cooking demo in the buffet and make some blended sauces. Well, that is not out of the realm of possibility. We know that for sure. And Jules says, let us know how the food goes. They had a new chef last time, and sometimes it was disappointing. Oh, wow. That doesn't sound good.
They were on the...
Were you on the holistic holiday when you had the food issues? And was it on MSC is the question. And Jules says, it is so wonderful that you can create good work in your life. You deserve it. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And yeah, like I said, the loss of my friend today was kind of a big jolt of you're doing the right thing, because you never know. Like all these things that I want to see and do, I need to go see and do them, because no one is guaranteed a certain expiration date. So we need to live our best lives for ourselves, for our families. We need to do those things. I know we've all grown up with this work mentality that tells us that this is what we need to do. You know, we need to put our job before everything else. And I think those times are changing. And I think the younger generations are kind of seeing that. But I think it's been so ingrained in some of us that it's really hard to like switch our brain to thinking a different way. And it has been a struggle for me as well. But, you know, I'm starting to slowly figure it out. And I'm very, very excited for what the future brings. And, but I do just so floored, because this is not somebody who just like didn't take good care of themselves and things like that. She was always pretty much on it. And so it's kind of a big shock, you know, if she had some type of illness that she didn't tell anybody about, that I would be really surprised. And like I said, we don't have a lot of details. For all we know, it could have been a car accident or something, but hopefully we'll know more tomorrow about exactly what's going on. Let's see. And Aziara said, so really being let go has been a silver lining to what you were so upset about when it happened. Yes. Oh, and Jules says it is MSC. We're going on the MSC, so we'll let you know how the food goes on that. Definitely. So I want to hear from you guys. I've been sitting here just like blah, 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 blah. I want to know how you're doing, because there's a lot going on in the world. There's a lot of crazy going on. And so if you're struggling and you feel like you need some extra support, we're here for you. And tomorrow at 7 p.m., we're going to have Sangeeta Godbold on. And Sangeeta is a wonderful local lady who is a good friend of ours. Her husband runs the Triangle Vegetarian Society, which is basically the Triangle Vegan Society, and does the big Triangle Thanksgiving stuff. She's going to be doing another positivity circle for us tomorrow. If you haven't participated in one of those positivity circles yet, I highly suggest it, especially if you're having a hard time. Because, you know, it's just, you get in touch with yourself, with others. And I never come out of there feeling sad. Like I always come out feeling energized, ready to go, uplifted, and knowing I'm not alone in whatever I am dealing with at the time. And Elizabeth says, work hard, play hard has been my motto post-COVID. I worked for 10 years in the public school before switching to a private and left 78 days off on the table when leaving. Think of all those cruises. Oh my goodness. But you're so much happier where you're at, right? I mean, you when you talk about your students and stuff, you light up. And I mean, that's what it's all about. It's that finding that thing that helps you light up, right? the thing that doesn't feel like work. And Jules says there were some changes in holistic, losing people, and the guy who had run it forever, his nephew was bringing in new people. Chef AJ interviewed him. Is that the Justin guy? I think that might be. Supposedly he lives around here. I'm not sure if I've ever met him or not, though. And Nancy, our neighbor Nancy, says, hello, everyone. Long time no see. We are so glad to see you here. We miss you. We need to get together. We are about to travel again, but would love to see you before that happens. So maybe we can work something out for a little breakfast or something. And Tanya says, I'm still sore from my fall. Not as bad, but not back to normal. Back to work, though. You need to take care of yourself. And remember, I know you're back to work, and that's great, but still take time every evening and take a nice hot soak or something to help you back. Because, I mean, fall is no joke, especially the older we get. Falls are no joke at all. We don't always just bounce back. In fact, we were having lunch today with Claire, and she was telling me that she had taken a little tumble on her knee. She thought everything was better. She had been just fine. She's been walking on it. She's walked several miles on it. And then for no reason, out of the blue this morning, it just went out from under her again. So you need to keep an eye on those things. So she's back putting it in a little bit of a brace until it can get a little stronger. And Jules says, I was blessed to be out of the crazy going on in our country. So good on you for reaching out and supporting everyone. You know, there's crazy everywhere, though, right? And some days, I know, like, there's the old joke about, I didn't have that on my bingo card. And every day, it's just something a little that you're just, like, you shake your head, right? I mean, every day you read something and you go, why? What is the purpose of this? And, you know, it's hard. It is hard for a lot of people. And there are a lot of people who are feeling very marginalized right now. And so we need to support them, and we need to lift them up and make sure that they stay sane through this. Because this will pass. We will get through this. We will all work hard together to do so. But it's probably going to be a long 3 more years. Hopefully not, but it's kind of starting out like a very long soap opera to me, and not one that I enjoy watching. So we'll see how things go. Aziara says, 3 months full-time remote now since my company closed my office. It's hard as I live alone, but for my dog, I miss in-person interaction. I don't have close by friends or family. Right. And that if you are not an introvert, not going into the office is extremely hard. So if you are an extroverted person and now you don't have that interaction and you don't have any friends or family that are close by, you need to figure out another way for you to get that interaction. And so like coming here and making friends with other people who come here on Mondays, that can work for you. You can go to the Heartbeat group and, you know, start a thread, make some friends. You never know, somebody might live close by. I mean, we have some folks that are up in that Northeast area that, you know, who knows, maybe you could get together with them sometime, or they could come meet you. Just get on Heartbeat and just start talking. I know it's hard. I am an extroverted introvert, and so I enjoyed having the in-person interaction as well too. And so I kind of like during COVID, I learned to enjoy the video conferencing. I learned to enjoy just like texting in Teams with my coworkers. Like, I mean, I went out of my way to make sure that I just like had the same kind of crazy conversations as I would have sitting on the corner of somebody's desk about some crazy TV show, but online. And I think that I found that very helpful, and maybe you could find that helpful too, to just kind of like have that back and forth interaction. And you can always email us too, because you never know, maybe we'll be in your area, right? I think we might be going back that way again in October, so there are always ECAM events. Let's see. And Carolyn says, oh my God, I do need to hear this. I am 64 and still think I have more time because I'm healthy. You know, and everybody, we always think, you know, we go along and we're like, oh, I'm fine. I can do that. Nah, I'll do that next year. I'm going to do that next year. Next year, that's going to be fine. If it's really important to you, do it now. See what you can do to make it happen. If it's something that's going to give you pure joy, do it. Because it's going to block out all the noise, because you're going to be focused on planning this and getting ready for this and then doing this. And that's going to take out a big chunk of all the noise that's going on around you, right? Let's see. And Lydia says, I'm having a lot of trouble dealing with what's going on in the world. And I think, like, and you're not even in the United States. Like, I can't imagine. I know that it's starting to kind of like filter out everywhere. And so, you know, everybody has to be vigilant in just taking care of yourself. Take time for yourself. What makes you happy? What can you do as soon as we get off this call? What can you do for you that's going to make you happy? That's going to give you a nice little hug. It's going to make you feel warm and fuzzy. What's going to do that for you? What can you do just with the stuff around you right now? Can you go take a long hot bath? I know Kathy used to love to take like long hot bubble baths in there. She'd take her little Kindle in there, put her little candles in there. And that made her feel really warm and fuzzy. For me, like, I'll get off of here and I'll go turn on one of my TV shows that I like to watch that I find funny, and I'll laugh. Laughing is so good. Laughing is medicine, and find something to make you laugh. And Nancy says, I'm spending lots of time supporting folks. I love having the ability to do supportive work. All of you who need support, please reach out to someone. You are not alone. And that's what it's all about. And just like Jules is asking Caroline, what kind of help do you need? Because we're all here to help each other. And there's going to be somebody in this community, maybe it's Nancy, maybe it's Aziara, that reaches out to somebody and says, hey, what can I do to support you? What can I do? Do you want to just text every now and then? Do you want to have a video chat? There's lots of things that we can do that take so much little energy to give to another person, right? And right now, I don't care how strong you are, this stuff is affecting you. Unless you're living under a complete rock, you are being impacted by the things that are happening in this world. And as much as we like to say, I don't want to talk about political stuff, I don't want to talk about this, it affects all of us, whether we want to talk about it or not. It's coming at us. It's energy that's coming at us. It's coming at us, and it's going to come through at some point. And the thing is, how do we respond to that? We respond by taking good care of ourselves so that we can reach out and help somebody else. But remember, we cannot help somebody else until we are taking good care of ourselves. So make sure you are taking care of yourself first. And Nancy actually is, Nancy, if you could explain exactly what your title is that you do. I know that you've been, you've worked in the hospital as a support person and things like that. So that might be very helpful to kind of explain what you do, so folks kind of have an idea. And Aziara says, true, somebody may live close. I said that I do have to get on Heartbeat. Thanks for the reminder. And you do, because I'm pretty sure there's some people that live close to you. And then you can totally, like, the couple people that I'm thinking of, I think you would get along with really, really well. And they're the kind of people who would love for you to say, hey, do you want to meet me for dinner? And they are going to be like, yes. And there may be a little travel time involved, but they're not that far. So I think that may work. So get on Heartbeat and say, hey, who lives in this area? And I think you'll find some folks. And thank you, Nancy. As Nancy says, if you do need some support and you would like Nancy to help you, I can give you her contact information and get you set up to talk with Nancy. She has been a tremendous, tremendous support for our local area and people in our community. And so if she's offering to help, man, she is a good person to have. Let's see. And Tanya said, we are very nervous here in Canada, too, with what's going on, right? I mean, it doesn't matter where you are, something is going to impact you some way or another. We're all interconnected human beings. No matter how much we like to say, we're Americans. This is America. We are so interconnected with the rest of the world. And we always think, oh, we can just shut it all down and we can be completely like self-supportive. We can't. We're way beyond the time of self-supporting. The whole entire world is interconnected and works together, and everybody gets things from everybody else. And the days of being able to shut it all down and go down to just yourself, we can't do that anymore. We're way beyond that. So all this impacts everyone at some level. And Jules says, I'm still searching for like-minded and like-eating people to pull together and create community, like sharing land and creating a small community. Jules, remind me what area you're in. I cannot remember exactly where you're at. But, there's a lot of that happening. One of the things that we have here, and you've heard me talk about it before, is our Plant Pure Pod. And our Plant Pure Pod are a bunch of like-minded people, and they look out for each other, and they help each other, and they do things for each other, and I really, really like that. And Nancy is part of that Plant Pod community, and it's a fantastic group. I'm going to have some of my stuff because my throat's getting dry, y'all. Lydia says she's going to cuddle with her dog. Animals are the greatest comfort, right? Like, these two kitties are just so cuddly. They make me feel so good when I walk in the house and it's like they missed me and they let me know it. And they give us such joy just watching them and just the way they look at us so lovingly, right? Elizabeth says, I finally splurged today and got that foot massager Kathy recommended on Black Friday from Amazon, and I can't wait until it comes. That foot massager is magic. It really is. She can sit in there after she teaches class. She'll put her feet in that thing, and she'll lay there with her feet in it and watch TV, and you can just see the tension and the relaxation happen in her body as she's just sitting there with that thing. And Jules said, yes, laughing is so important. And it is. Find something that makes you laugh. Find a comedian you like. Then watch everything they have. Like, I love a good funny movie. Just even if it's just silly funny, like 15-year-old humor, if it makes you chuckle, it's good, right? And Aziara said, when my husband was going through chemo, all he watched was comedians on cable or YouTube. It made him forget he was dying for the moment. Comedy is magic. It really is. I am sorry that you have lost your husband that way. And I know you did everything and that he meant the world to you. And you have to move on, and you have been doing that tremendously. We enjoyed meeting you very, very much and having dinner with you, and you are a wonderful person. And we're going to find some folks for you to hang with. I'm telling you that right now. And we are going to have dinner again in October. So you can put that on your calendar. We're going to make that happen. And Vigana says the challenge right now is that there's no place to vent because no one wants to get political. Venting and releasing is part of coping, but we are not allowed to get political anywhere. There are places you can go. I have found some on Reddit where people are just, using those places to vent. And it's true, it's hard because as soon as you start to try to vent about something, then somebody's like, I don't want to do that. I mean, we have some of that here. Like, I might start to vent, and Kathy's like, I can't today, just not today, and it's hard. It's hard to find things, but I am a true believer in the venting. And, I feel sure that maybe on Heartbeat, if you just maybe start a thread and say, hey, I'm just looking for somebody that maybe I can communicate with outside of this platform to just vent so that I can get some of this off. It's just, I just need to vent. And I bet there will be 10 other people who will say, I just need to vent too. Let's do this, right? So try that. Try going on there and just saying, hey, I need help. I need to vent. I need somebody who's going to listen to me, not judge me, or not get freaked out about the fact that I'm venting about political things. And I think you'll find someone. I think there's a lot of people in that kind of state of mind right now where they're keeping so much inside that they feel like they're going to explode, but then they can't really vent to anyone because they don't want to upset anybody. Or people say, I just can't talk about that. And it's hard because you don't know where to go. I get that. Thank you, Nancy. Nancy says, I'm a retired hospice chaplain, and now I do spiritual companionship with folks. I'm an interfaith minister and can meet you where you are, and that is fantastic. And also, Apple, welcome. So good to see you. Apple is also a retired hospice chaplain. Let's see. And Jules is going to try to get up with Nancy about death doula work. And Elizabeth says, I'm not any kind of trained professional, just someone who is happy to make more friends and help others. And you know what? That's the best kind to be. Because everybody needs more friends. And everyone needs somebody who is happy in their lives. And I can't tell you how many times Kathy and I have both said that you are just the most genuine, happy person that we have. Like, we have never seen you not smiling. And no matter what is going on, you always find the positive in it and you always smile about it. And that makes us really want to be around you because it's such a positive influence that you have on us. Let's see. All right, Jules is in West Virginia, Eastern West Virginia by Maryland. Right off the top of my head, I can't think of anybody in that exact area. But I think if you reach out and just say, hey, I'm in this area. Is anybody else in this area? Maybe you might find that we have some other folks in our community that are from that area. I think it's important right now that we all just reach out to each other and then find out exactly where everybody is. And Doc is here. Hello, Doc. Good to see you. Sorry we missed you this weekend. It's crazy. It's bundle week, and we were coughing crazy and didn't want to, interrupt everything by us going every 5 seconds. So, but we miss you. We miss you, and cannot wait to see you. I'm hoping that we would see you before ECAM, but you never know. It may be the next time, but we'll see. I mean, if something happened like Florida again, I wouldn't complain. We had a good time. And Caroline says, I am great at helping others, but not myself. I think that's everybody, Caroline. I think that's human nature. It's human nature for us to immediately know how to help that person, but then when it comes to ourselves, we don't know what to do for ourselves, or we ignore what we need to do for ourselves because somehow we feel like we're being selfish if we take care of ourselves, or we're being, kind of like all about us. And that's not what's happening. You're not being egocentric or being selfish if you take care of yourself. But it's our human nature to think that that's what's going on. As soon as, I can get up all day long and run and run in there and be like, can I get you water? Let me get you some more tissues. Let me, And the whole time I could be like, oh my God, I'm about to pass out. I don't know. And I'm not feeling good. And not want her to see that. Because I want to make sure that she doesn't worry about me while I'm taking care of her. But am I really doing myself any favors if I turn around and go downstairs and then I'm just so sick I have to just go right to the bed? No. I have to take care of myself too. So at the same time that I'm taking all these things to her, I should be making the same things for myself and taking care of myself. And that's what I've been trying to do this week. All right, let's see. Yeah, and Lydia was saying it's hard because you don't want to bring people down. And that's true. But if you go into it with the agreement of, I am here to vent, I would like to vent, can you listen to me vent without this negatively impacting you? Make it like a contract between two people, right? It's like, I'll vent for you and you vent for me kind of thing, right? And I'm sure there are a lot of people in the community that can help with that. So reach out on the Heartbeat group and see what you get. Let's get through talking about the foods and the counseling. I love, and see, even in the group, you guys are talking to each other. You're figuring out where you're at. You're figuring out how you can help each other. I love this. This makes my heart feel so, so good. And Tanya says, sorry to have to cut it short, everyone. I have to head to bed, and I hope you all have a great night and chat later. Tanya's taking care of herself. Yay, Tanya. It's okay to go to bed. I fully support you going to bed right now. All right, so we kind of come to the end of the chatty stuff about that. And one thing that I promised Kathy that I would do is kind of give you guys just a quick look at the bundle stuff. So.
Explain what it is, and that it's available the 1st through the 10th only.
Okay. The Peanut Gallery. I don't know if you guys can hear her at night, but she's giving me cues. The bundle is the Ultimate Weight Loss Bundle that Chef AJ does every year. This is the 2025 version. I'm sure you've heard about it. If you're online, you can't help but hear about it from any of the folks in our community. It is only available from the 1st to the 10th, right? And so you have to get it during that time period. It will not be available. You cannot wait 1 minute after that and then go and say, oh my gosh, I missed it by a minute. Can I please get it? Because the answer will be no. There are no extensions on this. It is available from the 1st to the 10th. And so encouraged to take a look at it and jump into it and get it. So, and I just wanted to say this before I start on that. Apple was saying, whenever I share an event, I communicate clearly that I don't need advice or feedback or cajoling to feel better. And that's what I was saying, like a contract between the two of you that this is just to vent. And I think venting is great. It releases a lot of tension from your body, and I stand behind you. If you are a venter, do it. I love to vent. And Vegana says, we have to put the oxygen mask on ourselves first before we can put it on anyone else. We have to be able to help before we can help. To be able to help before we can help. That exactly. And I say that all the time. Put your mask on first. It's very important. There's a reason why they say that when you get on the plane. It's very important that you take care of yourself before you take care of others. And I am going to give you this is the Kathy Hester portion of our program. And I'm going to show you the vegan bundle. All right. Maybe. All right. Y'all can see the bundle. And I'm just going to kind of go through the bundle. You can see me. Hey. All right. Kathy set me up in this little corner down here. So here's the health bundle available from March 1st to March 10th. There's all sorts of buy now, click here's. If you buy it through our link, you do help support us in the fact that we get an affiliate, a little affiliate kickback for the bundle, and that helps us provide you with ongoing support and programming and supports the channels so that we can bring you more stuff and things like that. So it is very helpful if you do. You are not required by any means to buy it through our link, and you can use anybody's link that has one. But it does help us out if you can, and we do appreciate you. So this will tell you that in 7 days, 5 hours, 10 minutes, and 55 seconds from now, this bundle's going to end. And like I said, it will not go 1 minute over. Once this timer kicks down, it's done and you cannot get it again. It's a great deal. It's $49 and it has a whole lot more than $49 worth of stuff in it. So just so you can see some of this, there's some question and answer stuff. And it says, wow, I really get 83 ebooks, presentations, and video courses, classes totaling $5,597.92 for only $49. And the answer is yes. I will. Kathy would like me to remind you that the 2 pizza classes that she has inside here are worth $70. They are pizza classes that she has presented earlier, and they are super fun. If you go to Tammy Kramer's site, she's actually done a review of Kathy's pizza classes for the bundle. And, there's the question and answer stuff here. What's the best way to use the content? You need to download all the PDFs. And this is the only part that everybody complains about right now about the bundle is there's not one button to just click here, download everything. You have to go to each one and download each one. But you get so much stuff from all of that. And the downloads don't use a lot of space, right? They use 600 megabytes of space. That's less than a gigabyte. 600 megabytes might be the size of, I don't know, a 2-page email with maybe a picture, right? So it doesn't take up a lot of space. If you don't get your download link in your email, check your spam, send out, and all that. You can always use this email address for the bundle, and you'll get in touch with Charles, and Charles will help get everything straightened out for you. He is wonderful. And that is Chef AJ's husband. And the bundle is for everyone looking to add more low-fat, plant-based meals to their lives and learn about veganism, health, and weight loss without restrictions or trends. And like $49, guys. $49. This is quite the deal to me. I have to have some more of my stuff because I'm starting to get a little stuffed up. All right. And the bundle ends March 10th at 11:59 Pacific Standard Time. Once it's over, it won't be back for this price, and it won't be back in the same way. So you need to remember to get it before it's gone. And because it's a digital product, there are no refunds. But look at all the stuff that you get. I mean, look at this. It's a ton of stuff. A ton of stuff. There's conferences, meditation. Give me 1 second, and I will be right back while you take a look at these that are up on the screen right now. Sorry.
Are you okay?
Hey, I'm going to come in my jammies over here and explain some stuff. Hey, everybody. Cheryl's having a little stomach issue. So, you get Mama in her nightie. Hopefully my hair isn't sticking up anywhere. Let me come see the comments. There's got to be some good ones right about now. Okay. So, oh good. Aziara got the bundle. And you are a cooking club member. That's something to know too. If you're a cooking club member, you already have these 2 pizza classes, but there's so much stuff in the bundle. I use stuff at like Chef Julia's in it, Tammy Kramer's in it, Lissa, Chef AJ, so many people. Plus there's like what you're seeing up here, the Live Your Best Life conferences. Jennifer says I look fine. I've done videos in this before. This is probably the second least flattering thing I own. Oh, you probably see the first one too. But yeah, I am in just a tiny picture. That's why I was like, let me get this and we'll go. Oh, Caroline, you have to vent? What's going on, sweetie? Let us know, unless maybe it goes back to the venting conversation. And if it does, I apologize. I'm a little like, woo! So I'll just do this real quick and see if, just trying to move this so I can see a little bit more. So there's so much stuff. Okay, so guess what? To buy it, you click the giant blue button. And we have our link down below in the description. But I'll try and go put it in the comments in just a minute too. I've been talking to our travel agent. But like Broccoli Mom has her maximum weight loss book in here. Like there's the meditation challenge, Live Your Best Life conference. So those are videos with like Dr. Goldhammer, Dr. Lyle, all these great people. And you can see the prices. These are what, if you didn't buy it in the bundle, what it would cost. There's smoothies. There's like a book on Dr. McDougall. making meals from Walmart from Chef AJ, which I'm a big fan of. Get what you can get and make stuff out of it. There's a whole yin yoga course, and Yoga Celebrity has been in all these bundles. Vegan Mexican food, yum.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
And like a lifestyle roadmap. There's raw food. I'm so sorry, you guys. It's just I can't talk for. And Chef Yin, who's our friend, has Korean barbecue in it this time, and I'm super excited to try that. But like, there's a lot, and you can once you click that link, like our link, you come to this page. So then you can kind of look around and decide if it will work for where you are and what you're doing. I like to get the bundle because it's a whole bunch of stuff for one price, and then I kind of just see what I need during the year. Like maybe I want to get back into yoga, so that might be really good. Or maybe you're doing the weight management. Cheryl's giving me a lozenge. These are just like ruining my stomach.
Sorry, guys. That's I didn't mean to abandon you like that, but
It's okay.
These are ruining my stomach as well. But
they're not doing so well with our stomach, but anyhow, I'll talk to you a little bit more. Now you know why I'm not on all the lives right now. So we're going to try and trade off, but there are, between classes and lives, I'm doing something twice, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Hopefully not in my pajamas, but I make no promises.
And tomorrow's my birthday.
Oh, it is your birthday.
It is my birthday.
I'm so sorry. So many things are going on with sick and planning. It is your birthday. That's right, because I asked you if it was okay if we did 2 lives.
Mm-hmm. I'll be 58 years old tomorrow.
Ooh, you're going to be almost as old as me.
Almost. I'm catching up with you.
But I'll race ahead soon, so that'll be good. Pantry guide from Ellen Allard. I like her a lot. Look, there's Cheryl and me, and there's the pizza. Those of you who took the pizza class, so there's like nut-free mozzarella balls and pourable mozzarella cheese.
Trying to save you from the mic.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying not to cough in your face. I'm doing the best I can. And so there's all kinds of stuff. Tammy Kramer and Shada have cream cheese and crackers, chips and dip. Everything is whole food, plant-based, no oil. Most things will also then have SOS options, but not everything. But if you guys get something and you want to substitute, I'm your gal. And also Tim Kaufman has his veggie burgers in there this year. There's plant-based weight loss for women in menopause. There's a nice cream. I mean, I'm not going to read all these because you guys are grown-ups and can read. But like Chef Julia has a 21-day challenge meal plan that she often does. There's plant-based cheese. There's just so very much stuff in here that I think it's a really good idea. If it fits in your budget and you're wanting to either do some strength training, and Jane's going to be on this week. And Janet. Janet's talking about plant-powered traveling. Jane is talking about affirmations for healthy eating, and they're just delightful. And so there's a whole bunch. There's Jennifer Diamond, and also Cheryl's contribution, which they still haven't. You didn't tell anybody.
I haven't told anybody yet. I need to change.
A friend found out that it says Kathy Purser instead of Cheryl Purser, but this is her coaching mastermind, and so this isn't about coaching. It's actually, they did a thing about teaching you about what coaching is and how it can help you, which is really cool.
Yeah, and Lisa, who was on the call earlier, I'm not sure if she still is or not, was a big, huge contributor to that. So reach out and say hello to Lisa in the comments. She did a lot of hard work on that for us.
Yeah, and the plan was for us to Cheryl and I, to make more recipes this time. But, well, here we are. We're doing the best we can, just like everybody else. But there's, like, it really goes on. I thought this was really interesting for a tropical survival garden, which actually is about, they're talking about even if you move to Costa Rica, how you could make a tropical fruit farm there.
Oh, nice.
Which I thought was quite interesting.
Did you get to the dock and the chef was in there?
I don't know.
A little bit higher up, I think.
Okay, I may have missed it. I didn't read everything. I wasn't prepared for this gig. I'm just filling in.
I'm sorry.
I'm just kidding.
Sorry, I'm a stupid.
I've just been doing taxes and stuff like that over there. I've been trying to get.
I saw them. Where are they at?
And they were so lovely. We had,
There they are.
yeah, Lifestyle Medicine Simplified. And we had such a good talk because we have such a similar view on things as far as like everything doesn't have to be black or white, and that they're, it's just really, really nice. And actually, Karen was talking about doing some modifications of my pizza recipes for her classes, which would be really cool. All right, so I'm going to come back down here. I'm going to put us back there. I'll give you the mic. See, this is the least flattering thing, and I've even lost weight from being sick, so now I'm back to my original. Yeah.
I have to have your mic. My mic
I know, I'm trying to hand it to you.
Okay.
So bye, everybody. It was good to see you. I'm sorry I'm not dying or anything. It's just what happens is I start coughing and then I can't stop.
Yeah, it's like a trigger reaction kind of thing. Once she starts, it's...
Oh, Jill says just went snorkeling with Dr. Furman. You're
Ooh,
fancy.
nice.
Elizabeth says happy birthday tomorrow. I did get you your birthday present already, though.
Mm-hmm.
So, and gave it to you already.
You gave me a couple presents, I think. I'm trying to think of which one was the main present.
The coat from the tattoo parlor on
Yes.
the Valiant Lady.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, awesome. Aziera says, I'm looking forward to reading Cheryl's contribution. Okay, you guys, much hugs and love. I'm sorry I'm not on as much as I normally am, but I'm just doing the best I can to take real good care of myself.
I think you're doing great.
Trying to model it. Okay, good night, everybody.
So my contribution and Lisa and I's contribution along with Jennifer and Gina is more of video presentation where we just kind of talk and talk through about what coaching is and how it's impacted our lives and how it could impact your lives, and that we are all available to be your coaches if you so choose to. Maybe after watching the videos, one of us might resonate with you more, and you might want to get in touch with that person and give that person a quick shout out to see if they would be interested in working with you. So I was in Tahiti before the NHA cruise. Nice, Jules. That sounds like fun. We are interested in snorkeling. We're very interested in snorkeling. I actually bought masks and tubes, really cheap ones from Dick's Sporting Goods. But of course, both of us, with our eyes the way they are, like, not going to work so well. So I was reading online that you can take old pairs of glasses and take the arms off of them and put those on under your mask so that you can see. And we thought we might try that out a little bit and just see how that works, but probably we'll end up, if we enjoy it, we'll probably end up getting some regular prescription masks for ourselves, because I think we're probably going to enjoy it, but I am kind of looking forward to doing some excursions. I think that'll just help relax us even more. Plus, I want to be able to see some of the places that we're going to. Not just like look out my balcony or something like that. Just put my feet on the ground, put my feet in the water, and feel like I have been here. But the bundle is a great value. And we really enjoyed putting together our videos for you guys, so I hope that you enjoy them. I do need to get in touch with somebody and let them know that it says Kathy instead of Cheryl. But I answer to Kathy, I answer to whatever, right? As long as they get the contact information and it gets to me, doesn't matter if my name's Kathy or Cheryl on there. I don't know if it does or not, so I'm not going to worry about it. Because tomorrow's my birthday. I think today was Jennifer's birthday. Either today or yesterday was Jennifer's birthday. So, yeah, we're all those March babies. Let's see. There was this whole head snorkel and you just breathe in the mask that I loved. Oh, I've seen those. Those are really cool. And you just like put the whole thing on. Yeah, I've seen those. Those are very cool. And thank you for all the birthday wishes. I really appreciate it. Yeah, this is the second year in a row, I think, that the bundle's been over my birthday week. So we've kind of like shifted my birthday off to another week. But I said, you know, we're doing so much. It doesn't really matter. I mean, I'm going to all these cool places. I don't need to go to Pure Soul for lunch, right? I'm going to be going to the middle of the ocean in a few days. So that's my birthday, right? And she did get me this cool sweatshirt that has this octopus coming out of the water on the back on the last cruise we were on. And then the other thing that she bought me for my birthday that she neglected to mention was this travel vest.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
This travel vest that has all of these pockets. It's called a Scotty vest. I don't know if you guys have heard of it or not, but like there's all these zippers and these packs and stuff, and you can actually, like, if you're flying, you can put all sorts of stuff into it instead of having like a backpack or something like that. So I'm gonna see how that works. I'm toying with the idea of taking it this week and seeing how it goes, but I don't know. I still feel really naked if I don't have my backpack. I love having my backpack, so. And Jules says, octopus is the symbol of Tahiti and the Society Islands. That's awesome. That's cool. The Virgin Voyages logos have, they do a lot on the ship with like octopuses and stuff like that. So it's kind of, that one's from the Virgin Voyages. It's called Squid Ink. It's the tattoo parlor on the ship. Yeah, think about that a minute. There's a tattoo parlor on a ship. So I'm like, I don't know about that. Because what if you hit like some really rough water while you're getting tattooed? I mean, like, but who knows? Maybe one day I'll have another one. But yeah, it's been fun traveling, and it's going to be even more fun doing the holistic holiday. I'm very excited to actually get on there, mingle with those folks, take some video for you guys, post it online so you can see it and decide if maybe that's something you want to do. They have an Alaskan trip coming up later this year. That's also going to be the holistic holiday Alaskan trip. I believe it's going to be on Princess Cruise Lines for that one. Yeah, Colleen, it has pockets that will fit a tablet. And if you have a small computer, it will also like fit a small computer. Hold on, I'll get it. So it's just a vest, right? It's a vest that you wear. But it has RFID stuff, but it has 11 different pockets. in this particular one. And there's even like a map in one of the pockets that tells you where everything goes. So in this particular pocket, they have it listed. The little picture on the side here tells you what should go in it. So in this one, they say this should be a camera. That you can put a camera in this pocket. And then this pocket is for your glasses, to put glasses in. Oh, and there's the little glasses chamois for cleaning your glasses. Also has the map of what all can go in the pockets. It's very cool. It's so cool. I didn't even know something like this existed until she got it for me. And then there's some other like little pockets here you could put a pen in. And then, I don't know. Oh, this one is for your phone. And look. Y'all, this is so fun. If you put your phone in here, right? You can see the stuff on your screen through the mesh. So you could just open up your pocket and look at your phone. Am I giddy? Because this is like the fun stuff, right? And it's made super, super well. Like, the zippers are all really good. The mesh is all really nice. I suspect that it might get a little hot at times if you had a bunch of stuff in it. But, yeah, like, in this pocket's over here for your ID. There's also an RFID pocket in here. So it protects your passport and your credit cards and stuff from being scammed using the RFID part. There's so much space. And then not only on the inside do they have all these pockets with zippers and stuff, but on the outside as well. Underneath this flap, this whole thing underneath here is another zippered area back here that they say that you could actually put some clothes, or look how big it is. It's like the whole back of that. You can put one of the smaller laptops in there. Now, I don't know how that's going to feel if you stick a laptop in there and it's against your back while you're sitting in a chair. That might be a little hard, but I could see putting some clothes in there because that would be kind of cushy against your back, and it'll fit a tablet, and it fits my 11 point. Is it 11.9? It's an 11-inch iPad Air. Fits in here fine. So, yeah, very fun. It's called the Scotty Vest for travel. They have a bunch of different kinds. They have men's, they have women's. It's full of pockets, y'all. I mean, just everywhere I put my hand, there's another pocket with some kind of like other zippered area that I could tuck something away, like money that's close to my body that no one would know would be there and stuff. So this is going to be really, really cool for traveling in Europe when we go, I think, because then I won't have to carry like a backpack, or I won't have to carry my sling bag that I like to carry right now. And maybe it's gonna, I don't know, it could go either way. I'm either gonna look even more touristy, or I'm gonna look less touristy. We'll have to see how that goes. I think I'm gonna look like a tourist no matter what, because I'm gonna be going looking at everything. But it's already booked for Europe for the Harry Potter tour at Warner Brothers, with the special high tea version of the Harry Potter tour. So we will get tea before our tour, and I am extremely excited about that. That has been a bucket list item for us for as long as I can remember, is getting over there to do the Warner Brothers tour. So, yeah. I am excited about it, and as it gets closer, I will get more and more excited. So sorry, I was rubbing everything all over the mic. I really apologize for that. Yeah. Let's see. Everybody's starting to sign off and say goodnight, and you get a little look at the Ferguster back there sneaking around. Let's see. So Jennifer was saying the last pedicure on a ship I got, they wouldn't trim your nails because the ship might move and they might cut you. And she was like, tattoo on a ship? That's how I felt, right? Sorry I covered the mic while I was showing y'all the vest of goodness, but thanks for hanging out with me. I know we've been here over time that I had expected we would be, actually about 45 minutes over from what I thought we would be, but I really appreciate you all coming, hanging with us tonight. Hope that everybody has a little bit more hope in humanity tonight, that everybody is thinking about a way that they can do something for themselves when they get off here, and also something that they might be able to do to help somebody else. So I really appreciate you all for being here. Take a look at the bundle if it's something that you like. Would love it if you could purchase through our link. If not, that's fine too. We're not here to force you to buy anything that you do not want, but we love getting the bundle because we always find really cool recipes and stuff, especially like Chef Julia stuff is always like on point. So definitely take a look at that because you only have 7 days left. And we will see you guys. Hopefully, we will see you tomorrow at some point online. So everybody, be kind to each other, be kind to yourself, get a good rest, keep yourselves healthy, and we will see you next Monday, hopefully in the evening. I'm going to be on a ship. Don't know if it's going to work or not, but we're going to give it a try and see if we can't just do something real quick from the boat. So we will see you. Everybody have a great week, and we'll see you next time. Oh, and tomorrow, Sangeeta at 7. Tune in for that. It's going to really help you get centered.